IVM.
Hey. Welcome to episode 170 of Shunya One. It's a little different from the others.
Yeah, but is it an episode? I guess that is a question, right?
That's also true. I think it goes out like an episode.
It does go out like an episode.
People are listening to it thinking this is an episode.
That is true. So I guess we should maybe consider it to be an episode. It's more of an announcement than an episode.
That's true. But we've done this before. I think for everyone listening, hey, you made it this far. This is episode 170.
Yes.
Shunya One has really done some awesome episodes all this while between Amit and I.
I think we need to kind of like preface this a little bit before people kind of get a little shocked. We're not ending the show.
Exactly.
Because this sounds like, we're saying that the show is over. And no, we're not ending the show. Or rather, the show is not ending.
Correct.
The show will go on, I guess, as they say.
Absolutely. The show will go on. In fact, last month we had to take a little bit of a break. I think we missed a few weeks for folks who were sort of waiting for an episode to drop. I think it's just been another chaotic time going back to work for you, Amit. I think you've been going back to the studio. Today's like a weekend, so we're home again. I've been going back to work, had some travel. So on one end, life seems to be coming back to normal.
It is, but that also leads to a lot of... let's just kind of lay out what's going to happen. Let people know. I'm going to drop off the show from going forward. Shiladitya will be hosting the show solo. One of the things that became clear, I think, in this last 1 month's miss that we had was that, man, it's been 5 years since we started and we've both gotten significantly busier than we were back then. Back then, it was like, hey, you want to record? Yeah, I want to record. Sure, let's record. And it was just like, okay, let's do it.
We used to show up in the studio, block a few hours of, and we used to
do this.
It was
3 minutes of coordination between the two of us and we were able to get it done, right? But now it's like, it's gotten a little tough for us to kind of get schedules to match. I mean, when we started the show, that time you were not, you had just wrapped up or you were in the process of wrapping up the previous...
my last startup, yeah, exactly. I was actually doing nothing. This was perfect for me to sort of jump back on, do something, get in touch with the tech community again. It was actually ideal, and I'm really happy we did this, man. I'm really happy IVM didn't have a tech show already, so you sort of just let me run with it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And also my long-term participation was not anticipated.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we were thinking about, is it a panel show? Is it an interview show? Is it a conversation show? We're thinking a lot of different things, right?
Right.
I was there for the first episode and then I just kind of stuck around and didn't go away because also I enjoy these conversations, right? I mean,
exactly.
These are fun for
I think
me
you were
well.
too much of a techie to just say that, hey, you know what? I want to have these fun conversations with more techie folks.
Exactly.
So I think you missed it on your various other shows on IVM, probably.
So it's really interesting, right? Because I'm dropping off a bunch of stuff right now. It is a interesting this, right? Because I was a guest this morning on Suchita and Varun's show, Think Fast. Varun is traveling, and so then Suchita asked if I could step in, right? And I did. And it was, it was fun to do that because, again, you don't get to talk about, we haven't done a Shunya One episode in a month. And, that, what's wound up happening is that I do Cyrus and that's pretty much it these days, at least for the last month. And going forward, that's probably going to be the case. And even then, I'm not doing that much. So I got shit to say, man, sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. And so, it's good to be able to...
You've made it to 170 episodes, Amit. So that's not a small feat. I think between the two of us, we've just been knocking them out one by one over the last 5 years, including the gap year we took.
Yes, we did. So what did you say right before we started?
It's like a graduation with a gap year. Like we took a sabbatical.
There you go. That's exactly
what we did.
That's exactly what we wanted.
But this is like, now we're in the major leagues. Now the show has grown up.
Yeah.
I hope I run it on my own. We're going to be doing some very interesting conversations. Obviously, we're going to keep it as interesting as we can, as you guys have come to expect from us. And I'm going to make sure I have some very cool guests over the next, many episodes to come, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. I remember we celebrated 50 and then we celebrated 100.
Yeah.
And then 150 just went past.
Yes, it did.
So I think the milestones are going to get just further apart.
No, but they'll keep accumulating. They'll keep accumulating. We'll keep going through with them. And I think, I mean, like, again, I do see what's being recorded. So, I mean, like, if you have somebody super interesting who I was like, hey, dude, is it okay if I jump in on this? I'll ask you if there's something like that. But
I'm sure. We'll have you jump in.
Yeah, but for the most part, yeah, it really is. I mean, like, scheduling is become a point where I think it's necessary now for this to kind of do.
Yeah.
Where it just is dependent on one person's schedule rather than three people's schedule. So
that's true. And of course, our guests. So yeah, people are busier, man. I think that's a fact of life. We have all gotten back to work. Our work life has changed. Life in general, I think everyone's week has changed from the past. I don't think I can't mentally sort of break out of this half work from home, half work from office mode. It's going to be hybrid. I think that's the future.
Oh, really? Is it? I'm going to office every day.
Yeah, but not everyone you interact with is, right? So
yeah, that's true.
You have to. Anyone who works with other people outside their office has to sort of be conscious of people are home. People have time. I don't know, weekends. I mean, it's a whole different scene. I'm still coming to terms with it.
It's definitely different in the sense that a Zoom call or a video call is not as big a deal as it used to be. Pre-pandemic, doing a video call with somebody felt like, oh God, we got to do a video call. All right, let's set this up. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, as natural a part of the kind of process as it is today, right? And you're absolutely right? I mean, like you asked, we're actually one thing that I'm seeing that we're doing a lot of hybrid meetings.
Yeah. Some people in the office, some people outside.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be a whole new world, a brave new world, I guess, whatever we want to call that. But yes, it's going to be definitely different.
Yeah, but we will love to have you once in a while, Amit. So you should keep a check on the calendar and we'll have you drop in, I guess.
I will do
that.
Yeah, I will every so often. But again, I think, it's unlikely to be very regular.
No worries. We're going to try and keep Shunya One exactly the way everyone expects it to be. It's stories from the world of tech, entrepreneurship, and a whole lot more. So look forward to episode 171 and beyond. And we will keep them coming.
You got to do the last message now. I can't do the last message anymore. So let's hear you do it.
Exactly. So that's where I was going. So reach out to us. First of all, Amit and I, even though Amit's not going to be on the show, our social media handles. You can talk to us on Twitter. You can write into us, tag us. I know a lot of folks have been, sharing comments over the years over there. And of course, if you're listening to this, then please, please, please tell a friend about Shunya One. Tell someone. Talk to your friends about it online. Share the episode if you like one. Share a funny snippet if you heard something cool. But yes, spread the word if you think there's some interesting folks coming and saying stuff here. And of course, since you're probably using an app to listen to this, leave us a review, give us a rating. So whether it's Apple, whether it's Google, whether it's any other podcast app, of course, and the IVM app as well. So please go ahead, leave us a rating, leave us a review. That really helps and helps, make Shunya One more visible to the world. So thank you so much. And we will catch you next week.
That was all over the place, but I think that was fine.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cock and Bull, Cyrus and Silvery are joined by Naveen Narona and Sriram Padmanabhan. Tune in to catch them talking about Elon Musk's challenge to Vladimir Putin for a one-on-one battle to end the Russia-Ukraine war. We have a brand new show on the network, Ek Chuski Finance, or a Sip of Finance, or Ek Se Financha. Why does it have so many different names? Because it's a very ambitious project that we're launching at IVM Podcast, 8 different languages. This is a really special one. It's a podcast that takes into account a female-first perspective of finance and how to get the most out of your money. On Advertising is Dead, Varun talks to Malini Agarwal, founder and creative director of Miss Malini Entertainment. Their conversation takes us through the journey of establishing Miss Malini, how it began as a blog and eventually became an empire. On the Habit Coach podcast, Ashton is in conversation with Roberta Hughes, founder and lead instructor, Peaceful Living, where they discuss how to add self-care into our daily routines. On Ikaduka Economy, Abhinav talks about how the war between Ukraine and Russia will impact India and the world's middle class. On Pulya Bazi, the hosts talk about the concept of one nation, one election.
Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Also, don't forget to rate us on any platform that you might be listening to us. You can also check us out on YouTube. We have a webpage, ivmpodcast.com/YouTube, where a list of all our channels are. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, SBI Life Insurance, Bank of Baroda, India Water Portal, and Max Life Insurance. Thank you so much for making this possible.